I'm very sad today because, hey Squirt, come here, baby. I know Squirt say. Hey. Sport, he's still not eating. And, I took him to the vet, about a week ago. And they gave me something to, be good for his stomach. And so they diagnosed him with diarrhea. But they did blood work and everything. And, he's still not doing good. In one of my other videos recently, I thought I was thinking like maybe he got tased. But now I'm not thinking because he's not eating, and it looks like he's got a bulge like in his stomach, like his abdomen is real thin now, but in his rib cage it looks like it's kind of puffed out, like where his stomach would be. I hope he doesn't have something clogged up in there. But I'm going to take him tomorrow again to the vet and see. The thing that it brings, to my attention is, let's see, today's 24th, September 24th, is that I have a sick feeling in all the way through, in my throat, in my chest, in my stomach. And it's really like a twist, like something got me and it's twisting me inside, And it's anxiety. And I know that I've been experiencing a lot of other anxiety because experience anxiety, my heart even starts pounding sometimes. I've experienced so much anxiety when I see stuff like on the news media broadcasts and podcasts, and when I see footage, like I watched, I'd watch all of Donald Trump's speech at the UN, and I'm going to watch some other people's speeches too that I know, because I did see a little bit of this one guy, but I didn't watch the whole thing. I can't remember exactly where he's from. He's from a place that I'm not really familiar with. And, he greeted the UN friendly. And Donald Trump didn't even greet the UN, friendly. Like, he doesn't, everybody's his enemy. And he criticized everybody. I can't remember anybody that he didn't. Okay, maybe I was just too taken up. Maybe he spoke kindly of somebody. I know he's wanting to help out Argentina. He wants to give them money because he likes their dictator or president or whatever they have. But mostly in other places, they have usually it's pretty close to a kind of dictator regime where they, force people to be a certain way. And, okay. But the thing is, when I listen to say, for example, Fox News, because they're really bad at this, okay? When I listen to them talk about stuff, and how they twist reality. And because it's kind of like Fox News is kind of like the WWE, I mean, it's if you just watch WWE and you watch the wrestlers and everything, you could actually think that, is actually true. Okay. Because they really play a good game. I mean, they're good entertainers. And they talk in such a way that they're actors. I mean, they're actors. Just like any kind of movie that you watch and the actors are in there acting, that's not really them. But you would believe that it's them based on the way they're acting. And they act with conviction, you know, they act with all the emotions like outrage, you know, but, you know, it's like all fake stuff. It's like a totally fake take on reality. And they because they're like Donald Trump, they like to twist things around just to get the advantage. They like to cheat because they think it gives them the advantage and they get the edge and they win. And winning is what's important. There's a group of people that believe that winning is what's important, not how you play the game. Okay? Winning. And if you're not cheating, you're not trying hard enough. And even Vance said that if he had to lie, he would to the American people. And they're lying all the time. And you see, the thing is, the way that it really is, you know, the oligarchs, the people with all the money, they really, you know, there's been a lot of criticism for a long time that they buy the elections because they pump so much money into broadcasting and commercials and narratives and whatever they got to do. And even in this one, they're even going to try to like sabotage the voting machines, anything that they can do. Because I watched they have groups that are analyzing this kind of stuff. Okay. And I'm just saying that they will do anything that they have to do in order to win. And I don't really know, you know, what the end game is, except I do know about Project 2025, and that is one party under God. Okay. And it ain't under God. You got the oligarchs, okay, that have all the money, and Donald Trump is even giving them more money. Anybody above $600,000 gets a 3% tax, 3% discount, less taxes, 3% less taxes to pay. And when you make a lot of money, that's boils down to a lot of money. And by they getting 3%, and at the same time, he's kicking everybody off their Medicare. Okay, he's abolishing Medicare, and a lot of old people depend on that. And he's ending all the Obama tax, or the Obama credits, you know, from the Affordable Care Act, to make the insurance for medical attention not so expensive because the government pitches in some. Well, he's getting away with that, so government ain't going to be pitching in anything. But the way that he's giving the rich people the 3% tax breaks is because, you know, he's stopping support for, you know, the working class. And there's a lot of people that don't make $600,000 a year. Most people don't. But the thing is, you know, people in America don't seem to be able to see this. And even with his tariffs, people in America don't seem to understand that the tariffs actually, you know, anybody that's using the product, they're the ones that are going to be paying for it, because all these tariffs do is jack the prices of stuff up. And Donald Trump is also, you know, like cutting off trade. Like, okay, America, you know, sold a lot of soybeans. They grew a lot of farmers grew a lot of soybeans in America, and sold them abroad, like to China, and there's a lot of people in China. That's a big market, and and we're only 4% of the whole population anyway of the world. We're only 4%. Okay, but America is the land of, like, in the song, you know, of waves of grain, purple mountains, majesty, and harvest of grain and all that, you know, that song, you know. I haven't sang it in a long time. Oh, America the beautiful, spacious skies, God's love on thee and stuff like that. Okay. Well, look, man. Yeah, actually, you know what? The Indians had America. Everything makes me sad, man. Just the way that we came into, here and then get treating the Indians like badly. Like, it'd be one thing if we moved in and just said, Indians can have that land over there. They'd be happy if we work with them. Maybe try to make it a win-win situation, but that ain't the way we did it. Came in and took over everything, and that's exactly like how Donald Trump is. And it's like some kind of bad spirit. I think it's a bad spirit. That's why I feel sad about it. But in this time that we're in right now, I mean, a lot of that is water under the bridge, kind of. I mean, situation we're in now, I mean, your life, I mean, you can't be responsible for everything in the past. Nobody can. But you can't disregard it. And the thing now is, though, that, everything is a lie. And people are lying. And, the politicians now, last time I was referring to as, I think they call it regular order, or standard order, or regular order, or something like that in Congress, when they, have negotiations between the Democrats and the Republicans. There used to be something called standard order, and it's actually, working together. Even though you have differences, you still there has to be a negotiation, otherwise certain things can't get passed. And Donald Trump is saying to the Republicans, look, don't give the Democrats anything. Don't even talk to them. And if they don't vote and support this thing, then it'll be their fault that the government's not funded. Well, my attitude is, look, catastrophe is coming anyway. Might as well defund the government. But I just was saying that, it gets me so anxious, when I see the stuff on television that just is like WWE, and people actually would believe it and stuff, they actually believes that, it's kind of like on Fox News, they'll be saying how Donald Trump, just showed the world. He showed the world. He told them. He set them all straight. Well, no, he didn't. What he did is he showed his ass. And he's alienating us from the rest of the world. But I think the rest of the world knows that he ain't gonna last forever, and that America can change. But it just makes me really nervous that it might not change. I mean, what if we don't win the House of Representatives at least? And they're already killing people. People are already dying, and even everything. He gutted the CDC. People are gonna die. Okay, the thing is, I was thinking about sport, because sport made my concern for sport and everything. I don't really have the money to take sport to the vet. I'm already past my limit. I'm gonna be hard pressed how I can come out of this now, because I know, man, if he's gotta have an X-ray and stuff, I'm gonna be. I'm already feeding them rice and beans, my dogs. Okay. I mean, they're not even getting chicken anymore. And it's difficult because, see, when you love somebody, and I love sport, but you could love a person. Like maybe it's somebody in your family, your aunt, your uncle, your mom, even your mom, if you were older, you know, your dad, your grandpa, whoever, you know, and they got their insurance cut off. What if they had to pay a lot of money for it? What if they had diabetes, had to pay a lot of money, they couldn't afford it? My son had a friend, his name was Nicky Zacharias. Not Zacharias. I mean, that was my stepdad's name. I don't remember what his name was. His name was Nicky. Okay, he's Polish. He couldn't afford his diabetes medicine. He had a diabetic seizure and died. People are gonna die. The CDC is not giving out vaccines and stuff like that anymore. Donald Trump is saying that, you know, that like climate change and air pollution and what we're doing through burning carbon stuff and is tearing down the ozone and all that. He's saying all that's just a hoax. He's telling women not to take Tylenol because it causes autism. And Tylenol is the only thing that you can take a baby's fever down with or a person's fever down with. That's the only thing you can use, Tylenol. And he's saying, Donald Trump is saying, if you take it, a woman, it is going to cause your child to become autistic, or if it's still in your womb, be born autistic. So, anyway, you know, it's a sad time. And the realization that, you know, like, it's kind of like the microcosm and the macrocosm. Like, I'm experiencing what I'm experiencing, the anxiety that I'm feeling concerning sport and concerning the future of the United States. And because it's just so hard for me to believe that this can really be, that a whole bunch of people can believe stuff that's not true. Like they can believe actually what stuff Donald Trump says is true, and all he is a con man. That's all he's ever been. He cheats. He is taught to cheat. He dominates. He is taught to dominate. But you see, his kind of leadership is hollow. And eventually, America's going to know that they got scammed. But it'll be too late. The people that got scammed will be dying off, and the grandchildren are going to inherit a world of crap. I'm sorry if that's what you're coming into. And you know, I've been seeing stuff. Well, I mean, I've seen a couple things, you know. People are saying that, you know, we're approaching, like, the end of the world. So, and I can almost believe it. It seems like this could be the beginning of the end. Well, you know, if it is, I'm just trying to prepare myself for it right now mentally, because it could happen any day. Everything could just disintegrate. And it's a little nerve-wracking, but you can't live with that kind of idea hanging over your head. And that's why you'd be surprised, you know, how courage can be found when you least expect it. Now, whatever the case may be, you know, try to be courageous.